think about African footballers, the modern footballers such as Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Yaya Toure, Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o comes to mind. But what about the one African footballer that paved the way from Africa to Europe's top flight and then switched his boots for a seat in office? In 1995, George Weah became the first ever player representing Africa to win the prestigious Ballon d'Or. Born in Monrovia, the capital of Liberia, George Weah went on to have an absolutely legendary career spanning across 18 years, and that took him to France, Italy and England. He started his career at Monaco, went on to PSG, played for AC Milan, Chelsea, Manchester City, Marseille across an impressive number of years. In 1988, then manager of Monaco, Arsene Wenger got a recommendation from Cameroon's national coach Claude Leroy of a young player playing in Cameroon and that he should sign him. So Arsene Wenger got on a flight straight to Cameroon to go and watch him and decided to sign him for £12,000. The rest is history. His first year at Monaco, George Weah went on to pick up some individual accolades, including winning African Footballer of the Year, and followed the next season picking up silverware with the team at the Coupe de France. He then joined AC Milan after a 3-year stint at PSG, and in 1995, George Weah did a swoop with individual awards, including the Ballon d'Or. Not only that, he picked up African Footballer of the Year, FIFA Player of the Year, and previously won the UCL top scorer in the prior season. I'm sure many people will remember the individually brilliant goal he scored at the San Siro for AC Milan against Verona. Although not the first black footballer to win the Ballon d'Or, George Weah was the first ever player representing an African nation to do so, and since then, no other player has won the Ballon d'Or, and it's been nearly 30 years since. Speaking about George Weah in his autobiography, Arsene Wenger described him as a talented player. He worked incredibly hard. Training makes men grow, and with him I could feel it all at once, says the former Monaco manager. In a time where football is analysed using stats and data, Weah's numbers wouldn't have done him any justice for the sort of player that he was. A physical dominance, technique, pace, individual brilliance, and an outright bully to defenders. And in a league during a time where the defensive structures were difficult to bypass, Weah made it difficult for defenders every single game. And there's players who have come after him that listed him as their idol and someone they looked up to, including one of the greatest of this generation, Thierry Henry. Thierry went on to say he wasn't playing with a great national team, less impact, but I'm telling you, raw power, sheer power, technique and speed. I've never seen that. When he was moving on the field, I was moving at home too. The stadium was moving. And fast forward to 2018, years after he hung up his boots, George Weah was sworn in as President of Liberia, the same nation that he once represented on the football pitch, he would now represent in the head of state office. That was the day that he became one of one, the only Ballon d'Or winner to become a head of state. Regarded as one of the greatest African footballers of all time, George Weah is also regarded as one of the greatest players to never win a Champions League title. Shortly after winning the Ballon d'Or, he told media that he was happy to participate in bringing Africa and Europe together in terms of football. We have the talent. It's just a case of teaching the disciplines and providing the facilities, and I want to stay in the limelight after my career to help other people progress, he said. And that's exactly what he's done. Now, he's no longer president of Liberia, but guess what? His son plays for the United States of America and Juventus, Timothy Weah. He's got some big shoes to fill. Who do you think will be the next Ballon d'Or winner to become a president or head of state? Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Benzema? I wonder who of recent years will go on to become the George Weah of this generation. George Weah is one of the greatest African footballers of all time, and the only president that could ever say they've got a Ballon d'Or trophy sitting in their cabinet.